Hi everyone. So now we'll discuss about the special case of National Capital Territory of Delhi, which you also call as NCT of Delhi. In the previous videos, we have understood how the administration of union territories and the acquired territories take place. And within that UT wala section, we have covered the articles from the constitution directly, as you can see here. Part 8, the union territories. Now what we have to see is that there is a special provision with respect to Delhi given in the constitution also. So how all of this has come into picture is what we're trying to figure out here. Before understanding that, firstly we'll have to see how the evolution of administration of Delhi government takes place. So this I have borrowed from a document of Vision IS, so the credit goes to them. Okay, now when we try to understand that how this evolution of administration has happened for the Delhi government, so firstly a couple of things you already know, that in 1950 Delhi was made a part C state. ठीक है, that is known to you. अच्छा, because it was a part C state, तो उस time उसके administration के लिए legislative assembly was created with an elected CM. But then things changed entirely in 1956. States Reorganization Act came. Because of that, Delhi now became a UT. And now this UT was to be administered how? By an administrator who would be appointed by whom? The president. This is also you know. Then further what happened in 1966 was that to specify how the administration for Delhi would take place. See, till here, till this point of time, the name NCT, National Capital Territory, is not given. It is normal like Delhi पे हम बात कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? So Delhi Administration Act 1966 was passed, which provided for a limited representative government. Why limited representative? It was said that now we'll have a metropolitan council also. खैर ये जब हम local government पे बात करेंगे, so we'll talk more on it also. But अभी के लिए just see the progress. But things again changed like a lot in 1991 by the passings of two acts. One was 69th Constitutional Amendment Act, and this was based on the recommendation of Balakrishnan Committee report. Prelims के लिए this can be a potential pointer, so please remember this. Another thing that passed was GNCTD Act 1991. What is this GNCTD Act? It is about the government of NCT of Delhi. ठीक है. Why it is important? Because in some time, in few minutes, once we understand about the provisions in the constitution, we'll also see that latest in 2021 there has been an amendment made to the same act. You can see GNCTT, same thing, GNCTD, Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Act. So the act which was originally passed in 1991, this is now amended via an act passed in 2021. So therefore it becomes important firstly to see कि 1991 में था क्या, and then we'll try to figure out how the things have changed in 2021 with the amendment. So this has been the process. अब हम देखते हैं इस 1991 एक्ट को कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में क्या दिया हुआ है. So this is just a summary of the notes. If you want, you can just later look at it, pause the video and check it. I'll browse through it also, but most importantly the way that we are doing to see the original article in the constitution. So let's read. Now that 69th Amendment Act, what it did was to insert two articles. One was this 239AA. What does this say? Special provisions for Delhi. As from the date of commencement of Constitution, 69th Amendment Act. This is what I just told you. So 69th Amendment Act 1991 जब से commence होगा, from then the Union Territory of Delhi now will be called as the NCT of Delhi, that is National Capital Territory. So this name has been assigned by this article which was inserted because of 69th Amendment Act. I hope this is clear. Okay. Then administrator कौन होगा? Similar manner it would be done like we have done earlier. So the administrator is to be appointed under Article 239, and the administrator will be designated as the Lieutenant Governor. We know that the designations keep on changing from different UTs, ठीक है, but for Delhi LG कहा जाएगा, ये बात Constitution clearly specified. Okay. Then another thing that was said was that now we will have a legislative assembly also for this NCT, and the seats that will be filled for this LA legislative assembly will be filled by members who will be chosen by direct election. So these are very common things that you have done. So let's try and highlight the common like important words here, so that when you read the notes, you find it catchy. Firstly, that things are happening from 69th Amendment Act 1991. Secondly, the name has changed to National Capital Territory of Delhi, and just for the sake of reference, here it will be called as National Capital Territory. Then the administrator would be called as Lieutenant Governor here. Another thing is कि legislative assembly होगा and seats जो भरे जाएंगे, so the members would be chosen by direct election. So not indirect but direct, जैसे normal voting होती है, इसलिए आप दिल्ली की government चुनते हो ना, so direct election from territorial constituencies in the NCT. Another thing that was said in this 2A, clause 2, subclause B में, that the total number of seats, please notice, the total number of seats के बारे में यहाँ पे बात की गई है. So in the legislative assembly, whatever will be the total number of seats, then whatever will be the seats reserved for scheduled caste, how the NCT will be divided into the constituencies, including the basis of division, and all such matters, like any and everything related to the legislative assembly or such matters related to the functioning, shall be regulated by law made by parliament. So please focus, if they ask you in prelims that has the constitution talked about the fixing of number of seats for the LA of Delhi, yes it has, and the power is lying with whom? With parliament, that parliament by law would regulate that. Then it says the provision of articles 324 to 327 and 329. I'll just show you the the content list in some times, but abhi ke liye just remember that these are actually related to the election commission. ठीक है, इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया. सो व्हेन वी विल डू द टॉपिक ऑफ इलेक्शन कमीशन, वैसे भी हमको कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडीज पढ़नी है, सो वी हैव टू डू दिस बॉडी, एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट. बट आई जस्ट शो यू दैट रफली व्हाट इट डील्स विद, जस्ट द हेडिंग्स. ठीक है, बट उसको बाद में करेंगे. अभी के लिए रिमेंबर, सो ECI से, इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया से रिलेटेड हैं ये प्रोविजंस. सो व्हाट दिस आर्टिकल सेज और व्हाट दिस प्रोविजन सेज दैट द provisions of these articles shall apply in relation to NCT, the legislative assembly, and the members in relation to a state, like it is being done to the other states. I mean, the whole idea is that you might get confused with the language. Do not get confused. What they are telling is that anything related to the legislative assembly and the members and all of that, election related issues, are to be dealt with the provisions of these articles. And provision of these articles मतलब इलेक्शन कमीशन रिलेटेड. इसमें और भी चीज़ें हैं कि यूनिवर्सल एडल्ट फ्रेंचाइज के बेसिस पे वोट होगा एट्सेट्रा. ठीक है, सो बेसिकली जो नॉर्मल बाकी स्टेट्स के लिए रूल एप्लीकेबल हैं एज द मेंबर्स, सेम वुड अप्लाई हियर. दिस इज व्हाट दे आर ट्राइंग टू से. ओके, एंड इट ऑल्सो सेज कि वेर एवर द टर्म अप्रोप्रिएट लेजिस्लेचर इज यूज्ड इन दीज आर्टिकल्स, इट मीन्स parliament. So for these articles, appropriate legislature means parliament. Okay. Next provision says subject to the provisions of the constitution. Now you should be familiar with such language. We have done it like quite often, which means कि जहाँ पर और जो भी provisions हैं उनको ध्यान रखते हुए the legislative assembly shall have the power to make laws. So remember, power है legislative assembly के पास law make. After all, it is a legislative body only. It has to make laws. But on what subjects? So it can make laws for the whole or any part of NCT with respect to any of the matters enumerated in the state list or concurrent list. Focus on this. And if you remember in the previous lecture, you would tell that, ma'am, you have told that there are 3 exceptions to Delhi. Yes, they are. And this is what is mentioned in the coming line. So when we read the original articles, we have to bifurcate it into several parts. So focus here. What they are telling, firstly, that okay, the Legislative Assembly of Delhi has the power to make laws on the subjects given in state list also, concurrent list also, so far as any such matter is applicable to UTs, except, this is where the pointer comes, except the matters with respect to entries 1, 2 and 18 of state list. So 3 entries you are seeing, and these are those 3 exceptions: land, public order and police. ठीक है, अभी मैं आपको दिखाऊंगी. And entries 64, 65, 66 of that list if they are related to these entries. तो इसका बस आपको मैं नाम दिखा दूंगी. It is just about कि the taxation related to those list and jurisdiction क्या होगा etc. But इसके में directly applicable नहीं है. If they are related to these 3 matters, then only इस पे भी apply होगा. But otherwise, the Legislative Assembly of Delhi has the power to make laws on any matter of concurrent list, ठीक है, and any matter of state list also except 3 matters, which are these 3 entries given in the state list. So towards the end we'll see the entries also. I'll show you this also, I'll show you this also. Let's mark what are these entries of the state list, just to show you कि वो कैसा दिखता है, ठीक है, just like how it is given. Moving on. Nothing in this subclause shall derogate from the powers of Parliament under this constitution to make laws with respect to any matter of UT, which means that whatever is given in subclause this, ki okay, the Assembly of Delhi is getting the power to make laws, this is okay, but whose power will prevail? Because it is UT, centrally administered, so the powers of Parliament will always prevail with any matter of UT. So the Parliament still have, despite of the Legislative Assembly having the right to make laws, the Parliament still has the right to make laws on any matter of union territory. Then it is also said that if any provision of law made by Assembly with respect to any matter is repugnant to any provision of parliamentary law, which means if they are contradictory to each other, then whose will prevail? See, I'm not reading the whole thing so that you do not get confused, but whose will prevail? The laws made by the Parliament shall prevail, and the laws made by Assembly to the extent of repugnancy be void. Matlab, to whatever extent, if there will be inconsistency or certain contradictions, it will be void. And whose will prevail? The Parliament's law will prevail. But there is an exception to this, that if it is given that provided any law made by Assembly, so if the Assembly has made a law and has also reserved this for the President's consideration, and it has received the assent of the President also, then such law will prevail. So of course Parliament will prevail over Legislative Assembly, but if President gets involved, then the Assembly's law will prevail, because now the President is involved. So President having supremacy over Parliament here, and Parliament having supremacy over Assembly here. This is how it is looking like. Also, again the same thing, that nothing will prevent the Parliament from enacting any law. So Parliament always has the power to enact any law related to all of these. चलिए, now very important point what we have to see. तो ये तो हो गया legislature से related. What about the executive? So it is telling that Council of Ministers will be there, and this Council of Ministers will consist not more than 10% of the total members of the Assembly. It is directly given that it has to consist of not more than 10% of the total members. ठीक है, तो let's say फिर यहाँ पे आपको दिख रहा है ना, यहाँ पे क्या है, that the total number of seats in the Legislative Assembly is to be determined by the parliamentary law. So Parliament fixed it कि 70 seats जो हैं वो रहेंगी दिल्ली की, ठीक है. तो 70 seats दिल्ली में, अब आप यहाँ पे अगर 10% की बात करोगे, मैक्सिमम जो 10% जा सकता है, so how much of it will be? 7. So 7 members can be there in Council of Ministers. एक तो आपके CM ही हो जाएंगे, and then 6 other ministers, ठीक है. So it says that not more than 10% should be there, and Chief Minister has to act as the head to aid and advise the Lieutenant Governor, who is the administrator, in any kind of functions that is required to be performed by him, except the discretionary functions. So the LG will also have certain situations where the LG can act in discretion, अपने मर्जी से. So ऐसे situations को छोड़ के, barring those exceptional situations wherein the LG requires that discretion, rest of the time the CM will head the Council of Ministers to aid and advise the Lieutenant Governor. Okay, and if, now this is very important because it is this provision only mostly based on which the whole new Amendment Act जो है 2021 का वो आया है. So focus on what it is given here. It says that if there is a difference of opinion, because there has to be difference of opinion. Why? Because the ministers and the Delhi government, if you say so, would be chosen by people. They will be people's elected representative, and the Lieutenant Governor, as we have seen, is an administrator who is President's agent, center के side से. ठीक है, so there has to be the clash, like normal thing. So if there is a difference of opinion, so it is very much clarified in this article also, okay, if there is a difference of opinion, the LG has to refer the matter to the President, because LG is just an administrator on behalf of the President. So LG has to refer the matter to President for decision. and when the president will give the decision, the LG will act accordingly. But if, let's say, the president decision is pending, if the president has not given a decision and the LG feels that the matter is very urgent, so in the opinion of the LG, if the matter is very urgent, that the LG has to take immediate action, and the president decision is also pending, that what will the LG do? Then the LG is allowed to take such action or give direction as he feels necessary. So if, let's simplify this again, if there is difference of opinion between LG and the ministers on any matter, firstly the LG will have to refer that matter to the president. If president gives a decision, well and good, on time, and the LG will then act accordingly. If the decision by the president is pending, LG, and if LG feels that okay, this is like very very important matter and have to take certain decisions like right away, then the LG is allowed by the constitution itself to take such action and give direction as finds necessary. Okay? The next question would be how the chief minister is going to be appointed. Of course, being elected by the people is different thing, but how appointed? So appointment will happen like the CM for other states are appointed. लेकिन उस केस में क्या है, आप एक बार थोड़ा सा चेक करिएगा फॉर द अदर स्टेट्स, ऑल्दो आई विल डू इट व्हेन वी डू द पार्लियामेंट एंड द स्टेट थिंग, like the comparing and contrasting. So you notice and tell me if the CMs of other states are appointed by president or governor, that you have to see. But अभी तो हम क्या दिल्ली की बात कर रहे हैं, so you have to remember that the CM of Delhi is appointed by the president and other ministers will be appointed by the president on advice of CM. ठीक है, and the ministers hold office during the pleasure of president. So जब हम states का करेंगे तो आपको वो कॉन्ट्रास्ट यहाँ से ध्यान आएगा कि इफ देर इज अ सिमिलैरिटी और अ डिफरेंस. खैर, दैट इज टू बी डन लेटर. देन नेक्स्ट इज अबाउट that the council of ministers shall be collectively responsible to the legislative assembly. You know that this is a feature of the parliamentary government. And then further things, it says the same thing that parliament by law can make provisions to give effect. ठीक है, इस तरीके के कोई भी क्लॉज को अगर इफेक्ट में लाना है तो पार्लियामेंट लॉ बना सकती है, एंड एनी सच लॉ विल नॉट बी कंसिडर्ड एज एन अमेंडमेंट टू द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन अंडर आर्टिकल 368. आई थिंक दैट शुड बी ओके टू यू. Then provisions of the next article 239B will also apply in this case as they apply in relation to Puducherry. ठीक है, तो जैसे पुडुचेरी के केस में चीज़ें हैं, सिमिलर दिल्ली के भी केस में होंगी फॉर 239B विच इज़ रिलेटेड टू ऑर्डिनेंसेस, जिसको अभी हम थोड़ी देर में देखेंगे. बट नाउ लेट्स सी द अदर आर्टिकल दैट ऑल्सो गॉट एडेड. ठीक है, 239AB, जहाँ पे बात हो रही है इफ़ देयर इज़ अ केस ऑफ फेलियर ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मशीनरी. Now see, when you will do the topic of emergency, then you will come across 3 kinds of emergency. एक national emergency, एक state emergency जिसको president rule भी बोलते हैं, which you often find in the news, and one is financial emergency. So you understand that, okay, in the state's case, if there is some problem related to the functioning of the state, president's rule can be imposed, and that happens under Article 356 of the Constitution. And emergency will do later. But if the failure of constitutional machinery takes place in Delhi, then what will happen? So it is already clarified here that in this case, the president. Now the president might receive a report from Lieutenant Governor, or otherwise also if the president comes to know about this and feels that there is some failure of constitutional machinery. What does the term failure of constitutional machinery means? In short, abhi I'll just tell you, details in emergency will do. In short, you can say that the basic postulates of the constitution or basic features, or let's say the basic provisions which are required for the administration, are being failed or are not being carried out in consonance to what is given in the constitution. That is it. So the machinery given in the constitution has failed, and so the state is in trouble, if you say so in that language, normal language, layman language. Then the president feels, and if the president feels that okay, now a situation is here in which the administration of Delhi cannot be carried on in accordance with the provisions as it is given in 239AA or any such law which has been made for the governance. So if he feels that such a situation is here, or if he also feels that for the proper administration of NCT it is necessary to come out with some other solution, then in that case the president will release an order to suspend the operation of any provision of 239 AA, or if any law has been made accordingly तो उसको भी वो suspend कर देंगे, and the president will have the own rule. ठीक है, सो अब it will depend on कि वो कितने पीरियड तक हो रहा है या for what conditions हो रहा है. So all of those things are to be specified in the law only. ठीक है, and then the president will in this case decide कि how the administration has to happen. ठीक है. Okay, next just quickly seeing about the ordinance, as I've told in the previous lecture also that I'll discuss it later. It is just actually both for Delhi and Puducherry, as you can see. So it is just basically telling you the idea. In short, I'm not reading it line by line for the reason that we do the ordinance topic later in the topic of president and governor, and all the things are similar here except a few things that I'll make you note down here. So understand firstly what is an ordinance in a very very simple language. If we say, so let's say when the parliament is not in session, forget about the Delhi thing right now, just focus on, let's say, the parliament or any state's legislative assembly. Let's say it is not in session. So while they are in session, then they pass the bill and it becomes an act. That is a basic procedure. But let's say if it is not in session and there are gaps between different sessions, and that is what we call as recess. So remember, the gaps between different sessions is what we call as recess. The gaps between sessions do not mean that the legislature has ended. It has, got suspended or as such over. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. It is just that there is some break. Recess होता है ना, break जिसको बोलते हैं. तो एक session हो गया, फिर a few months gap, then another session gap, another session, like that. ठीक है? But the same government continues to happen. So let's say if there is the gap between sessions, and certain important act needs to be passed, but because it is not in session, bill cannot be passed, it cannot become an act. In that case, the mechanism that is used is to come up with the ordinances. Promulgation of ordinances means coming up with the ordinances, or let's say releasing the ordinance. So ordinance is like temporary act, you can say कि this is a matter of urgency, and because the parliament or the legislative assembly is not in session, we will have the bill, जिसको हम ordinance का नाम देके बोलेंगे. So here basically for UT what is said that firstly the administrator can promulgate an ordinance and then withdraw that ordinance only when they get the permission of the president, like so promulgated except after obtaining instructions from the president. ठीक है, सो ये तभी होगा जब उनको प्रेसिडेंट से परमिशन मिल जाएगी, एंड जो विड्रॉल होगा, ठीक है, withdrawal at any time also can happen, but the president's instruction is needed. Firstly, you remember this point. Secondly, it is also said that this ordinance will be applicable only if it is promulgated during that break of the session, that is recess. It will not be applicable if it is the legislature is dissolved or suspended and then कोई ordinance आ रहा है. Dissolved, suspended मतलब आप अभी के लिए इतना समझ लो. Dissolve तो मतलब कि अब हमें न्यू इलेक्शंस की ज़रूरत पड़ेगी, और सस्पेंडेड मतलब अभी ये किसी भी और तरीके का काम नहीं किया जाएगा, ऐसा बोल दिया गया है. ठीक है, कि अब हम अगले उसमें मिलेंगे, टर्म में मिलेंगे. सो बेसिकली एंड आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स जब हम टॉपिक करेंगे पार्लियामेंट का. सो in these two cases ordinances will not work. Only in the case of recess it will work, but the condition is that president's prior permission is needed, and also they have to lay it before the legislature. This is a normal condition for ordinance anyways, that whenever they reassemble, if there is a break, they will reassemble after some time. So whenever they reassemble within 6 weeks, not months, very sorry, slip of tongue, but 6 weeks from the reassembly, they have to give it the permission, or let's say clearance देना होगा. If that doesn't happen, then it will be considered as void, like उसका कोई मतलब नहीं रह जाएगा. ठीक है, so this is what you have to remember. अच्छा, now we are done with these articles also, so you can mark 239B is also done, 239AB is also done, and 239AA is also done. The earlier ones we had already done. This कल हमने कर लिया था. This also yesterday, and this also yesterday. So now whole UTs and everything is done. Now we will see. So let's just quickly revise it from the notes, and then we will see what the Amendment Act says. So we have seen that 69th Amendment Act says special status was given to Delhi, and it got designated as NCT of Delhi. Designation of administration was kept as LG. A legislative assembly was created जिसका strength fix कर दिया गया था 70 members जो parliament ने कर दिया, directly elected by people. Election will take place by the Election Commission of India. You have seen, ठीक है, Article 324 etc. related to it. It will make laws as we have seen earlier, state list के और concurrent list के, but the three exceptions are public order, land and your police. ठीक है, but laws of parliament will always prevail over the ones made by the assembly. And then council of ministers का strength fix किया गया 10% of total strength. Earlier Delhi used to have metropolitan council and executive council, and CMs, because 10% would mean 7 members, so 1 CM and 6 minister. ठीक है, then the CM would be appointed by president, other members would be appointed by president on the advice of CM, and the ministers will hold office during the president's pleasure. COMs are collectively responsible to the assembly. They have to aid and advise the LG, except the discretionary case of LG. If there is a difference of opinion between LG and COM, LG has to refer the matter to president for decision and then act accordingly. If there is failure of of course in this it was given, if there is decision not taken on time or pending, then the LG can decide accordingly. In case of failure of constitutional machinery, president can impose president's rule in the territory on the report of LG or otherwise. Then the same ordinance thing, and this resembles the president rule of 356. Now what is more important is to see this 2021 Act, Amendment Act. यहाँ पे जो है वो changes क्या लाए जा रहे हैं, ठीक है. Firstly, you understand what is the purpose of bringing this act, what they have said. So they say that this act is to amend the 1991 Act. जो 1991 का ओरिजिनल एक्ट है उसी को अमेंड करने के लिए हम ये अमेंडमेंट एक्ट 2021 लेके आ रहे हैं. देन द नेक्स्ट थिंग इट सेड दैट फर्स्टली ऑफकोर्स इसका नाम दे दिया गया है. एनी एक्ट विल बिगिन बाय सेइंग दैट व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ द एक्ट. सो इट इज़ द सेम एक्ट GNCTD, बस अमेंडमेंट ऐड हो जाएगा 2021. नाउ इट सेज, ठीक है, that the expression, focus on the important words है, छोटा सा ही है. This is how the original act looks like, you know. See, it is Gazette of India, ठीक है, रिलीज़ किया गया, published by authority लिखा हुआ है, and then Ministry of Law and Justice का legislative department यहाँ पे name लिखा हुआ है, ठीक है, and then date लिखा हुआ है कि इसको president assent मिल गया. Now because it got the assent, it becomes an act. Let's see what are the important things here. Firstly, with this amendment act, it was said that the expression government, that now any time when the Legislative Assembly of Delhi will use the word government, the government here will now mean lieutenant governor. Very complex, but this is how it reads as. Second thing, it was said that, you know, these all in sub-instituted and substituted etc., that the clause incidentally covers any of the matter which falls outside the purview of the powers conferred on the Legislative Assembly. मतलब the governor will now get those powers, ठीक है, if it relates to any of the matters which falls outside the purview of power of the assembly. Then when they are, you know, this is just giving you कि what are the changes made in the Act 1991. That is why these terms are used कि after the words क्या क्या जो है वो use हो रहा है. What does this mean? Then another thing is that provided that assembly shall not make any rule to enable itself or committee to consider the matter of day-to-day administration. Notice, it is telling that legislative assembly will not make any rule, ठीक है, so that it establishes itself or any of the assembly committee to consider the normal matters, day-to-day administrative matters, and even to conduct inquiries on any administrative decision. And if any such contravention rule is made by the Legislative Assembly, it will be considered as void. If they have been made before 2021, it will be considered as void. It is also said that before taking any executive action in pursuance of decision of COM or minister, ठीक है, लाइक कि अगर आपको कोई भी एक्शन COM, पहले तो यही था ना कि COM has to give aid and advice to the LG. But now it is telling that before taking any executive action in pursuance of decision of the minister to exercise power of government or state or, you know, LG etc., under any law, force and capital, the opinion of LG shall be obtained on such matters. ठीक है, आई एम स्किपिंग दीज पार्ट्स बिकॉज दीज आर द नोन थिंग्स टू यू. सो इन एनी सच मैटर हुज ओपिनियन इज गोइंग टू बी इम्पॉर्टेंट नाउ? LG's ओपिनियन. ठीक है. Now you might find certain confusing things here. The reason being that this is not the original act which gives you the detailed description. It is only the amended act. So this act only gives you that what are the amendments that have happened in the original act. So if we try to see that, how the things have changed for it, just allow me. So, what we can discuss firstly is that the overall idea of coming up with this act was to actually give more power to LG over the elected government. This is what we can figure out. Of course, there have been issues because, you would have come across the terms, the news of friction between CM and LG also over a period of time, that how the power sharing happens. CM would say something else, LG would say something else. So, and then the issue was also about that provision, if you remember, in the original act that we have done. This that I have shown you, this one, that the LG has to refer the matter to the president. But the other idea is also कि अगर decision pending है तो फिर वो अपने हिसाब से ले सकते हैं. तो such kind of complex things were there, and therefore the central government said that we are coming up with this act so that we make the process easier. It is the argument by the central government that we are making the process easier. But of course the criticisms have been there for this, that you're giving more power to LG, etc., etc. But now that the term government would mean LG, and also now the LG opinion has to be obtained before the government is taking any executive action. ठीक है. So earlier क्या था कि only on the matters related to police, public order and land, the LG's opinion has to be taken, because those were not the matters on which the state government could have made the laws. But now any matter that is to be finally implemented by the government has to be decided with the consensus of LG. Okay, that is one thing. Another thing, that the assembly cannot now make rule to enable itself or the committees that we have seen. ठीक है, कि डे टू डे जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव मैटर्स हैं उसमें वो आप कुछ भी नहीं बना सकते हैं, और अगर पहले का कुछ बना भी हुआ है तो वो वॉइड हो जाएगा. एंड देन LG will not have to give mandatorily any assent for any bill or any such thing if the LG feels that there is some issue, or the assembly is not empowered to make laws on these things, or it is falling outside the purview, etc., etc. So basically the whole idea is that the LG has got higher power over the government with the help of this bill. So mains mein you might get certain question, let's say what are the issues with the bill, or let's say how can we sort out these things. So agar hum issues pe baat kare, it should be clear to you. You can have your own research, you can read articles on the same also. But agar just briefly if we try to talk about the issues. So firstly, of course, you can say, let's say, understand that it will lead to what? If you just talk about the issues related to this matter, that the higher power is now lying with the LG. So you understand firstly about that there is centralization of power. ठीक है, गवर्नमेंट के पास पावर नहीं है, विच इज़ एन इलेक्टेड बॉडी, रादर अ नॉमिनेटेड पर्सन इज हैविंग द मोर पावर. देन ऑफकोर्स जो एक रिप्रेजेंटेटिव फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट होता है उसको हम फोकस नहीं कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज हम गवर्नमेंट को नहीं दे रहे हैं जो कि एक रिप्रेजेंटेटिव बॉडी है. अनदर थिंग इज़ दैट इट इज़ अगेंस्ट द आइडिया ऑफ फेडरलिज्म. ठीक है, आप सेंटर को ही पावर दे रहे हो ना, एक तरीके से सेंटर के एजेंट को दे रहे हो, तो द होल आइडिया इसकी यूनिटरी फीचर्स दिखते हैं. और ऑल्सो सुप्रीम कोर्ट में एक केस गया था 2018 में, दैट वाज नेम्ड एज गवर्नमेंट ऑफ एनसीटी ऑफ दिल्ली वर्सेस यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया. ठीक है, इज दिस केस, इसमें सुप्रीम कोर्ट वेरी क्लियरली सेड दैट इफ देर इज एनी डिफरेंस ऑफ ओपिनियन बिटवीन CM एंड द LG, इट शुड बी रिजॉल्व्ड कीपिंग इन व्यू द ideas of cooperative federalism and representative government. And it also at this point have said that कि LG को aid and advice कहाँ से मिलेगा? CMs, I mean Council of Ministers headed by CM. ठीक है, so it was said that it has to get that aid and advice. But with this act you can see कि criticism में क्या point आ रहा है, that Supreme Court judgment has not been considered. Another thing also that was said by Supreme Court in this judgment, that except the three matters of police, public order and land, we have seen that other matters में LG's concurrence on other matters is not required. However, Council of Ministers of course can communicate the decision, that is okay, but unka concurrence is not needed. But now it has kind of become mandatory. So some issues and challenges are like that. Ki it is like the bill was just passed in very haste and no proper methods were used, etc., etc. So of course, how can we like think about some solutions that we should have a consensus based approach? It should have been, the matter should have been referred to a select committee, then proper procedure should have followed, and then it shouldn't have been passed in hurry or haste, if you say so. Then because Delhi is a very sensitive area, no, because it is the national capital, it has a special status also. So there should be some figuring out of a very balanced method to deal with the area. And the democratic principles like cooperative federalism, participative democracy, representative democracy, etc., etc., should be adhered to. So I hope now you understand how the special case of Delhi has existed right from its inception to the things given in the constitution, and then how the latest amendment of 2021 we read out as. Thank you so much guys. See you in the next video. Take care till then. Bye bye.